things in the land of Israel were constructed. For example, Jerusalem, Temple Mount. Jerusalem, the temple itself. All the Herod the Great. Caesarea, Herod the Great. Many other cities were constructed, built, renovated by Herod the Great. Can you tell me a little bit more about Herod the Great? Who was Herod the Great? Who was Herod? If we point, why he called great? He killed his wife, his beloved wife, Miriam the Hasmonean, from the lineage of the Maccabees. Miriam, the last of a lineage. He killed his sons. A great person. On top of it, he was the one that commanded of the killing of the children, innocents. So what's great about him? What's great about him? As a builder, great. Physical. Many things that we see from the early Roman period back 2,000 years ago, it's his hand. Herod the Great. Spiritually, disaster. Killed many of the people, many of the rabbis, Jews, and all that, people of Israel he killed. He was an Edomite that converted to Judaism. So, Herod the Great, when we are talking, understand what is great about him. Great as a builder, spiritually disaster. Herod the Great was responsible to build Caesarea. Why? What was his motivation that he said, okay, I'm going to build a port, a harbor? What was his motivation? His motivation was to tie his relationship and connection to his patron, Caesar in Rome. As soon as you construct a place that goods will be sent out, export, import, you hold the keys to the economy of a land. So this was his motivation. Taxation, what do we do at the airport? Part of a price that we pay for the air ticket is taxation. So this is reality. So taxation right here, money. He was very wealthy, very rich. He knew how to do businesses. Yes, great from this perspective. So he constructed for 12 years. He built Caesarea out of sand. He built the major harbor that today it's immersed under the sea. So the major harbor that could hold 100 boats. It's the largest in the Mediterranean apart from Rome. Rome, larger. But apart from right here, he constructed it. He constructed in 12 years this place. What do you think that he will add? His palace. We are standing right now here. I'm going to take you to a theater. It's a Roman civilization, theater. Palace for himself, and later on the governors of a land used it. Hippodrome, horse racing, a harbor, bathhouses, temple dedicated to the god of Rome. The gods of Rome and to Caesar. Why called it Caesarea? On behalf of his patron, Augustus Octavianus Caesar. Understand what was his motivation? His motivation? To control the economy of a land. He controlled the economy of a land. It's part of a strong king that put his seal. This is one thing. Second thing, this is as well a place, it's not mentioned in the Bible that Jesus was here. Most probably yes, because the Bible take the things, but it don't tell us each detail what happened. I assume that possible that Jesus passed right here. Possible. It's not mentioned in the Bible, but possible as a major city, I would say. But what do we know about Caesarea? It's the biblical connection that we started in Joppa. Very, very important. Remember that Jesus gave the parable. You know, let's read it in the Bible. We talked about Caesar, right? Augustus Octavianus Caesar, and this was his motivation. King Herod motivation to name the place Caesarea on behalf of his patron. What can you tell about Roman Caesars? Many of them were very, very strong, very cruel. Many of them. To whom do you pay taxes?
Caesar.
To Caesar. Let's read it. Book of Luke. Remind me, Luke 20, verse 20. All right, verse 20 to 26.
Luke 20, verse 20 to 26.
Yes.
So they watched him and sent spies who pretended to be righteous, that they might seize on his words, in order to deliver him to the power and the authority of the governor. Then they asked him, saying, Teacher, we know that you say and teach rightly, and you do not show personal favoritism, but teach the way of God in truth. Is it lawful for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not? But he perceived their craftiness and said to them, Why do you test me? Show me a denarius. Whose image and inscription does it have? They answered and said, Caesar's. And he said to them, Render therefore to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. But they could not catch him in his words in the presence of the people, and they marveled at his answer and kept silent.
Amazing, amazing. Which Caesar are we talking? Exactly, the Caesar, the patron of Herod the Great. Augustus Octavianus Caesar, and later on Tiberius. We will talk much more about Tiberius, right? Okay, so remember, when you saw a denara, a coin with an image, see what the reply of Jesus right here. And this is the connection to Caesarea Caesar.